Well, hello everybody and welcome to the channel. As you can see, I am not at my normal location. Some things have transpired that has taken me out of my usual home location. So if you want to find out more about where I am and what I'm doing and why I'm on the Honda and not the Benelli, stay tuned. But first of all, roll the credits. Okay, welcome back everybody. Well, as you can see, I'm sure if you're from this neck of the woods you will recognise where I am. If not, I will let you in. I am actually in London, just by Heathrow Airport. As many of you know who subscribe to the channel and watch on a regular basis, I have been working out in Afghanistan. However, with the current turn of events with the Taliban, I no longer have a job. So I got a Fastball contract, an offer to come and work down in London for a couple of months, which I could not refuse. Unfortunately, I wanted to come down on my Benelli. However, there are two little flies in the ointment with that. Number one is I have had the first thing go wrong on the Benelli since I've owned it, and that is I've blown a fork seal. I have been doing quite a bit of off-road riding, trying to build my skills up on it, and I don't know whether that's got anything to do with it. However, I have blown a fork seal and I couldn't get it replaced, and it's like nearly a 300-mile journey for me to come down here, and I didn't really want to be riding on the bike for that distance with the blown fork seal. On top of that, I just bought some new tyres and I was about to put tyres on, and I got this Fastball, we need you down in London. I didn't have time to put new tyres on, and to be honest, I don't think the tyres would have survived the journey coming down because they were really on the last legs. So at the moment I'm just going round in circles. Country boy in the city, I haven't got a clue where I'm going. I'm jabbering away, not listening to my sat nav. So anyway, the plan is that I'm going to take a ride out towards Marlow, down to Henley on Thames, and see what the countryside has to offer down here. So as soon as we get on more interesting roads, I will be back. Stay tuned. Well, as you can see, I'm on the motorway. I'm on, I think this is the M25, and honestly guys, you people who live down here in the south, I do not know how you do it. The difference is just night and day to living, at the countryside where I live. The traffic is just unbelievable. It's just stop, go, traffic jam here, traffic jam there, roadworks here, and coming from living out in the countryside, it's just a huge change for me, and it's really not enjoyable riding a motorbike down here around the suburbs of London. I suppose it just makes me realise how lucky I am to live in the place where I live. Anyway, I thought I'd just give everyone a quick look who lives up in the north what it's like down here. This is the legendary M25 car park. Not too bad, it is moving, so I will be back when we're out in more greener areas. Stay tuned. Well, here we are everybody. This is Marlow, a place I have never been to before. It's quite a nice little place. Hope you can hear me over the exhaust note of this TVR in front. At least I think it's a TVR. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going, so I will just follow my nose. Oh, they've put the bunting up, Luke. They must have known I was coming. Yeah, so anyway, because I'm on this new contract for the next 2 months, or at least for the next 2 months, it's sort of changed the schedule to everything that I've got coming up on the channel. A lot of things that I was planning to do, I was planning to organise a ride out if there was enough people who were interested in doing that kind of thing. However, I won't be able to do that now. I had a review of a bike from one of the viewers who was going to loan me quite a special bike. That is going to have to be put on hold, and all the other things I had planned, because I'm just gonna have to try and grab every chance I can to get out on the bike while I'm down here and do some footage. So I haven't got a clue what's going to be coming up on the channel. I suppose all I can do really is explore the surrounding area. I do believe this is the backyard of the Missenden Flyer. If you watch his channel, if you're watching, a good afternoon, sir. Yeah, I suppose it'll just be a case of riding around and seeing what there is to see. I have to say, this is absolutely lovely. Really, really nice place. Yeah, so as you can imagine, I'm like a fish out of water down here. The road's totally different, the road conditions. I've never seen so much traffic in my life. Everything's really enclosed and leafy, as you can see. It's really nice. But I'm used to the wide open vistas of where I live, so it's a really nice and pleasant change being down here and riding on these type of roads. Obviously not the traffic, but once you get out in the countryside, it's really quite pleasant, really nice. As I was saying, it's really put a spanner in the works for what I had planned coming up on the channel, and because I am down here and I'm like a fish out of water, I've really got to take a few moments and think and have a look at the map and try and work out what I can do to upload to the channel. So with that in respect, if there is anybody who is from this neck of the woods who could perhaps suggest routes for me to ride or places to go, there is one caveat: it has to be within around about 3 hours, 4 hours round trip back to Heathrow. I'm currently working nights, so I am able to get out during the daytime, but obviously I also have to spend some of that time asleep because I'll be awake for most of the night on my job. On top of that, if there is anybody down here, any regulars to the channel who would like to meet up and take me out for a ride around your neck of the woods and show me the sights, I would be very grateful for that as well. There's nothing like local knowledge. What's going on down here? It all looks very official. Hopefully there's no road closures. No, we're all good. I have to say that although this Honda NC750X, it's a DCT version, it's my wife's bike, it is a very comfortable bike to ride. I have to say, it's not as comfortable as my Benelli 2OK. I don't know what it is, whether it's the seating position, or I'm not quite sure, but I did have a few aches and pains when I got down to Heathrow a couple of days ago. It took me around about 8 hours to travel down from Scotland, and I have to say it was not a pleasant ride. For the first hour it rained solid. But after that, I must admit, the rain did ease off. It was just an overcast day, it wasn't too windy, but it was just the route itself. It was just non-stop dual carriageway and motorway, A1, A1M and M1 motorway all the way down, and then a little bit of the M25. And oh my word, the last 100 miles it was absolutely hell. I just wanted to get off the motorway, and it was just average speed limit everywhere, and the last 100 miles seemed to take an eternity. Not my kind of touring at all. Wow, this is really nice. Look at this. Beautiful. Better keep my eyes on the road. I don't want to plough into the front of a tractor. It's really going to make a change for me to be working back in the UK. I'm so used to working overseas. This contract that I'm on now at the moment, there's quite a few other lads who've just returned from overseas, mostly from Afghanistan obviously. We were all saying we feel like fishes out of water. We got to the hotel where our accommodation is for this job, and we all said we feel as though we're in transit. We feel as though we should be planning what time we've got to leave for the airport to get the flight out to the Middle East. It's a really strange one, but hopefully it'll be nice to have a change and work back in the UK. Got to be really careful on this road. It's just been resurfaced. There's a lot of loose chippings everywhere, so just got to take it a little bit easy. I don't think my wife would be too pleased if I phoned her up and told her I'd wrapped her bike around a tree down in the leafy suburbs of London. Toad Hall. What was Toad Hall out of? Wind in the Willows, I believe, if my memory serves me right. Oh, and look at this. A white van. The infamous white van that I'm always hearing about in videos. So here we are, everybody, Henley on Thames. What a very, very nice place. I really expected it to be a lot busier. You know, you would think somewhere like this must be a holiday destination, surely. But no, not a great deal of people here. Somebody enjoying a little ride on the boat. Anyway, let's get back on the road and head back to the hotel. So everybody, my plan is for the upcoming months on the channel, I'm planning to return home at the beginning of, let me work it out, so at the beginning of November, if everything goes to plan. Once I get back to my home location at the beginning of November, I will have 4 weeks grace where I can spend time out on the bike, but obviously at that time of year it's going to be weather dependent. If I can, I'll try and get a little tour in, perhaps go away for 3 or 4 nights. We'll just have to see what the weather's like. You never know, we may have a good run of weather during that time period. I hope we do. If not, it'll just be the little day ride out here and there. I'll be doing all the reviews that I said I was going to be doing. I am going to continue, I'm going to do the review on these gloves, the Triumph gloves. I can do that while I'm down here. And I can't do the jacket. I was planning to do my jet jacket, but I haven't brought it down with me because I was limited to how much stuff I could bring down with me. So on the review side of things, it's going to go a bit quiet for the next 2 months, and then obviously come November I'll pick the review side up and then start getting some reviews of kit out there on the channel. As for my Benelli TRK, a little update on my baby. As I've already mentioned, I have just a minor leak on one of the fork seals. I noticed it. I was looking at the tyres. I've never changed the tyres on that bike before, so I was just going to quick once over to see what was involved in taking the front wheel off, and I noticed some fluid leaking down the side of the fork. It's not really bad, but it needs replacing, and I wasn't happy to come this distance and be down here for the amount of time that I would be on the bike with that leaking, so I didn't come on it. The tyres, it came with the factory fitted tyres, the Michelin Torrents I think they are. My bike's now got 8,000 miles on the clock, so pretty good life out of the tyres. I'm happy with that. I've had tyres that have lasted not even half as long as that. You know, on my pan-European, I think I used to have Michelin's on my pan-European, and you know, I'd be lucky to get 3,000 mile out of a front tyre and a rear tyre on that bike. So that is the update on the Benelli. I have to say that it's been a fantastic bike. It's been really reliable up to yet. I can't fault it one little bit. So hopefully I'll get that big turn for the day after I get back, and we'll get it straight back out on the road, and we can go and do some nice journeys on that bike. Well everybody, that concludes a short video today. It was an unplanned ride out, just as the whole trip down to London has been unplanned. Real fastball, everything happened really quickly. Sorry, not much more to say on this video. It's been a video much about nothing really. But I thought I just deserved to give an update on why the channel's going to change quite drastically over the next 2 months. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. We just have to grit our teeth, grin and bear it. So all that's left to say is thank you very much everybody for subscribing and keeping the faith. It is very much appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please press the subscribe button. It really does help the channel out, and please, even if you don't subscribe, just press that like button. Again, it really helps the channel. So all that's left to say is everybody out there, ride safe. Bike Rider Reviews out.